I'm not going to make excuses on this one. It wasn't good enough. We talked a lot last week about stats and how certain areas of our game have been good, and I personally feel a bit let down, to be honest, by that performance, because I've got a lot of belief in these players, and I continue to have belief in these players. But today, too many, as individuals and as a collective, didn't get their game going, and the frustration for me was we didn't even lose playing our way. Credit to Preston, they were dogged. They've got an excellent midfield. It's got speed and bite and agility, and the game got stretched. We got stretched. They stayed compact, and of course, once they scored, it played into their hands. Like the referee, for example, and managing that pretty poorly. So yeah, I take it on the chin. I apologise because I don't want Bristol City fans seeing a performance like that, and that's all I can do, mate, is front it up. It ain't a disaster as far as we're 13th in the league. Do you know what I mean? So I think that was really the bit that hurts more than anything, because the international break coming up, you win that game, do you know what I mean? You bumped up to probably 8th or 7th or 8th, point off the playoffs or whatever it is, and now we're in no man's land. And listen, we've got to get a spirited performance. The next one at Leeds has to be spirited, and to be honest, I'm pleased it's away, because we've probably got more chance of getting that away from home at the moment than we have at home for whatever reason.
People talk about formations, but that formation worked pretty well previously this season here, but you seem today to be caught between whether to knock it forward early, and when you did, the strikers didn't get hold of it, and when you tried to play it short, it was intercepted. I mean, midfield, they pretty well dominated midfield, didn't they?
Yeah, I think they did, and like I say, they are a good side. I think the league position's false. They've had 2 or 3 injuries to key players, and their 11 plus their 3 subs is a good side. So we make no mistake, we know that they're a good side. But listen, we was a good side. We had a good 11 out on the pitch, and obviously I have to take responsibility for that. We can talk about the shape. I actually thought there was some positives within that shape. I thought Andy Vyman and Jack Hunt linked really well in the first sort of 15, first 30 minutes. I thought we put 5 or 6 really good balls into the box, that you want your striker to come and head me in balls, if you like. And we was reactive and not proactive. And
flat-footed today.
Yeah, I agree with that. I could probably, in my mind's eye, 100 times imagine that happening today. The goal was a good example, and it's that aggression in the transition, really, to be springy and bright and pop it back in. And do you know what I mean? It wasn't there. Of course, you assess your training. If you worked too hard this week, is there a flu bug? Which there's not. So there's no excuses, mate. There's no excuses. It's about individuals getting their game out. Simple as that.
When you've played like that, or you've had a dull first half, sometimes it's always been a reaction. Certainly as the game's gone on, usually second half, but certainly in the later stages. I mean, at half time, were you angry at half time? Did you have a go? I mean, seemed to be a reaction.
No, the first protocol is, right, what can you do as far as, is there a shape change that you can make to stop it becoming stretched? But inevitably, it's still about individuals going out there and actually producing whatever their game is. If you're a passer, get on the ball, pass and move. If you're a striker, influence others to get the ball in the box to you or into your feet, and then go and make something happen. Do you know what I mean? It was all too much. Everybody left it for everybody else to do, and like I say, I ain't got an excuse here. I'm not going to sit here and I was upset, mate. I felt personally hurt because I've signed those players, and our staff as a group and our media, everybody comes in 7 o'clock. We do everything we can. Phil Tart is in at 6:30 in the morning. Scotty Murray 5:45. Do you know what I mean? Getting everything laid out for them.
When do the players get to hear your view at the end of the game?
Of course I said that to them. I did say that to them, and I personally, I did feel let down. I mean, I don't believe in them. I just felt let down that there was no spark and that they didn't bring. Do you know what I mean? That's a big result today if we win that. Pushes us up. You'll have people moaning, of course. Now that's our cause. Now we've got to bring that tight together. But the truth is, I believe that we've got good players in there, and I think the difficulty is you win 4, you lose 2, you win 2. Do you know what I mean? People are a little bit confused. Of course, partly that's the question mark on the Championship, and how it's a tough league. But like today, it wasn't good enough. I ain't said that often this season, and today it wasn't. Even Reading, I thought there was some quality bits to our play, but today we looked void of confidence. We looked void of character, and that's the bit that hurts me, because a lot of the staff do a lot of work, and everybody at the football club, from Mark Ashton to the bloody tea lady, are giving everything to give these boys the opportunity, as they cross the white line, to go out and perform. We need to create an atmosphere with our intensity, and last year we sat after game in a counter-attack type scenario. We had a lot of speed on the counter, and this year it's a bit of a different game where we have to build due to the strengths and the weaknesses of our own team. But it doesn't mean that you can't run your hardest. You haven't got to be quick to run your hardest, and that's the bit that hurts, because I just thought in transition we was waiting for somebody else to do it.
What did you make of Deju's performance today? He seemed to take a bit of flack from the crowd when he went off. I don't know if that was harsh.
I don't think he had his best game, but I don't think anybody else did. I thought Brownie done alright. I thought he put himself about. I thought Jack Hunt at times, and not many got to their B game, let alone their A game. And I thought there was 4 or 5 very good crosses that came in the box that Famara needs to be a bit more proactive with, and like you said, rightly so, there was far too much players on their heels. Now I actually think this rest now is a good one, do you know what I mean, because it enables me to go and assess everything. We get players back fit, do you know what I mean, the sort of the playbook's ripped up now, do you know what I mean, everybody's got a chance now, whether that be Mo Issa, Lloyd Kelly, Hakeeb Adelukin. I mean, they've got to buzz off these 2 weeks, and my next team, I'll pick a team that I can guarantee is going to run about minimum, put the foot in.
I was going to say, in a way, your job's offered, because nobody seems to be putting their hand up in terms of that they've got to play.
Absolutely, and you know, like, listen, there's no excuse. That team was good enough today. Like, we've got strength in depth, and we can go on a run. And I don't care if no one else believes it. I believe it. And my message to the players is, do everything you can. If you've got to live like a monk to get yourself ready for the next game, or you've got to go out and have a drink, do you know what I mean, for 3 nights in a row, to release a bit of that fear factor, if you like, then go and do it, because we need to get back a cause, because no one else will do it for us. Do you know what I mean? It's got to be us in-house to pull rank, to pull tight, keep working hard. And the boys go out in the next game full of running, really. For me, it was the running, because I know you can get busy fools, but it's running is intelligent running, and that's what they had today and what we didn't have.
Okay.
Sorry, mate, say that question again.
There's a lot of it about character development as well. There are 3 young players there.
Yeah.
And you've got this purpose-built cauldron, if you like, that could really work for you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah. Yeah, I think Leeds away is the best game we could have now, honestly, because I think that you're the underdog. We seem to play very well as the underdog, and not very good when we're the side expected to win. And listen, it is sometimes it's cohesion, sometimes it's tactical, without question. We did risk a stretch game today to try and, what I think was a good side, go out there and win a home game. You know that it was a positive side. You play 4-3-3 and everyone goes, oh, you play 1 up front. Do you know what I mean? So we had 3 in midfield, which we needed, because we haven't got Corey Smith, who's our bite, if you know what I mean, and he's our he puts out fires for us. We've got good footballers in there, but they're not as mobile as obviously when Corey's in there. So
Those are the sort of players that are often underrated, aren't they?
Yeah, of course they are.
Stack at your heels
Yeah.
and they do the dirty stuff.
They're the water carriers, aren't they?
Yeah.
Absolutely. And Bailey Wright's another one of those. Obviously, you've got Eros Bassano as well. And to be fair, like I said, we rip up the book now. There's nobody. I don't think anybody, probably unless I drop Brownie, could knock on the door and say, you know what I mean, I should have been playing in that game, because nobody's done enough.